What's going on? I hope you all feeling amazing. The Indiana Fever beat the Las Vegas Aces by 10 points. And I'm going to just say it like this. We do not win this game without Lexi Hull. We do not win this game without Michaela Timpson. That does not discredit the GOATs, Aaliyah Boston, the Kelsey Mitchells. But the offensive firepower from them two were not enough without the defensive support we got from those two girls, Lexi Hull and Michaela Timpson. And they combined for 0 points, by the way. But they used pure effort and IQ to lead the Fever and set our team up for success. Okay, so we already know right now that Lexi Hull and Michaela Timpson have to have a role carved out for them in this team, right? We can all agree with that. Lexi Hull and Michaela Timpson has a role carved out for them. They literally willed the Fever to this win. We ain't gonna talk too much because we gotta jump straight into the film, right? So let's get this out the way. All right, we're primarily going to be breaking down the Fever's recipe for success, and that was on full display in the second half of this game. Lexi Hull played for just 54 seconds in the second quarter, right? The Aces scored their quarter high 23 points, and the Fever's lowest scoring quarter came in 17 points in the second quarter. Do you think that's a coincidence? I doubt it. I don't think that's a coincidence. And then let's move on. Lexi Hull plays the whole second half of the third quarter, and that happened to be the Aces' second lowest scoring quarter, and the first lowest scoring quarter was the fourth quarter, where Lexi Hull also played in, right? So their two lowest scoring quarters came in Lexi Hull dominated minutes, right? Now let's move on. The Fever's highest scoring quarter came in the third quarter, where Lexi Hull played that whole second half of the third quarter. Positive things happen when Lexi Hull and Michaela Timpson share the floor together. And you can even throw Sophie Cunningham in there as well, with the way Lexi Hull was facilitating the Sophie Cunningham, the way the Dos Leches play off each other. Mix it in with KK, Natasha Howard. You have so much defense on this team, and with a defensive-minded coach like Stephanie White, I can only salivate at the opportunities we have as Stephanie White just rides the hot hand. She has the recipe for success, but she just doesn't stick with it sometimes. Tonight, I salute Stephanie White because she stuck with what was working. So let's give Stephanie White some flowers, okay? Now listen, as much crap as everyone gives Stephanie White, you got to give her flowers when she does well, and you got to criticize her when she does bad. Stephanie White recognized the hot hand in the third quarter and half of the fourth quarter before she pulled Lexi Hull again. Went back into her old habits for a little bit, but I can't really criticize her too much there because she still let KK play, so she still had a little cushion to fall back on, and the Aces did bring it to 5 again, but Lexi left where they were up 6. But that still scared Stephanie White because it came in the last minute of the game, I think, and she did not want to lose this game with Lexi Hull on the bench because she knew the fan base would be on her, asking why did she bench Lexi Hull after Lexi Hull went on that barrage, that facilitating barrage, that defensive barrage, moving us from a motion offense to a read and react offense. There's so much we could talk about, but let's just jump straight into the film, okay? So right here, Lexi Hull's clearly the competitor that we all think she is, coming in making instant impact. This clip is in the first quarter, but just look at Lexi Hull disrupting her, getting the steals, hitting the floor. She does not mind hitting the floor. Lexi Hull is just that kind of girl. Okay, now let's move on. Lexi Hull immediately checks in. Lexi Hull immediately checking in. She made an impact immediately on the game. Seconds later, stopping Aja Wilson, who was getting going. If you was watching, Aja Wilson was getting in her rhythm, not bothered by nobody. She looked like she was going for one of those games. She had like 12 points in the first half. Now look at Lexi right here with a late contest, still bothering Aja. Great defense by Lexi Hull. You know what I'm saying? She's just provides a length, a size that we don't really have outside of Michaela Timpson. Natasha Howard on some days when she's showing effort. I don't have nothing bad to say about Natasha Howard ever since that Commissioner's Cup game / Dallas Wings game as well. She's been bringing it. This whole July, I have nothing but good things to say about Natasha Howard. But I got something to add, okay? Lexi Hull's ability to play 1 through 5 is impeccable. She's a Swiss Army knife. There's literally no one who can provide all the intangibles like Lexi Hull can outside of the box score. People get caught up in the box score sometimes. They'd be like, oh, this person's scoring this, Lexi's not scoring this, Lexi's struggling here, Lexi's struggling there. But when Lexi touches the floor, the Fever instantly looks better. So is it really Lexi Hull's job to score, or is it Lexi Hull's job to propel this team forward? There are things that she do that does not pop up in the box score. Did you know Lexi Hull is #1 in drawing offensive fouls this year? Did you know Lexi Hull is #1 in drawing offensive fouls? We're talking about a girl who didn't start every game. We're talking about a girl who's continuing to come off the bench for the second multiple years in a row. Her whole career, she's been coming off the bench, and she's been moving in and out the starting lineup on limited touches. She's still #1 in field goal / usage rate. It's so many stats that point to Lexi Hull being a great player for this team, but we are not giving her the minutes she deserves. Let's move on, okay? Now let's talk about Ari McDonald for this year. Actually, let's talk about one of my favorite plays right here, okay? One of my favorite plays. Now look at this right here. I think this might be one of my favorite plays. Lexi Hull coming in right here, finds Sophie off the ball. She makes the skip pass as Natasha flares Sophie for 3. So you see Ari McDonald relocated. She just dove in. She's relocating to the right corner. Natasha recognizes this. Natasha doesn't want to shoot anyway. So she's going to find something useful to do. This is why I like Natasha Howard nowadays. Now, Lexi Hull has the ball. Natasha Howard realizes that the weak side can make a advantage on the strong side if literally Natasha Howard flares Sophie Cunningham, right? So she does that. Sophie gets a wide open 3. Beautiful basketball. This is exactly what you wanted. You don't need too much from Lexi Hull. You don't need too much from anybody, really. All you need is Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell while Kaylin is injured. The defense will support Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell so long as Stephanie White continues to play Michaela, Lexi, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham. We need dogs, even Sydney Colson in spurts. Yes, Sydney had a poor game turning the ball over here, and there, but she still provides something on defense. Ari McDonald as well. How could I forget? Scary Ari. Foolish me. Now let's move on, okay? Speaking of scary Ari, she's so good at navigating screens and cheating for steals, pushing the blue collar movement. Y'all know I love the blue collar girls. Ari McDonald recognizing Aja Wilson wants to initiate a DHO. Ari McDonald, once again, I think the first time was against the Sparks where she jumps the screen /DHO for the steal. Ari jumps in and gets the steal. That's Ari for you. Come on now. There's not a lot of players in the league with this kind of IQ. We have so many defensive bulldogs on this team. Let's talk about Lexi Hull now. We know Lexi Hull knows that defense rewards offense, and evidently Lexi proves just that, drawing 3 defenders, open up Ari for a wide open hockey assist 3 from Lexi, and she does it on the left wing. You see Lexi with the ball, Natasha screening her, right? Lexi penetrates, and now you have so many bodies collapsing, not even 3. This is 4 jerseys collapsing. Jackie's even being gravitated low-key, right? So Lexi makes a pocket pass, little bounce pass to Aaliyah, right? Not pocket, bounce pass to Aaliyah. And now there's 3 defenders tagging, right? Now you have 4 ACES jerseys in the paint. Aaliyah Boston could force his layup, but she's like, no, it's too many jerseys in the paint. Someone on the perimeter is open. She turns around and she recognizes Ari McDonald is wide open. Aaliyah finds her, and Ari doesn't hesitate. She lets it fly. Come on. Come on, y'all. FIFA basketball, this is what it's about. Swing, swing, penetrate. Closeouts, attack closeouts, kick out, make the right reads. Lexi Hull literally turned the whole game around for the Indiana Fever. In the live watch party, everyone who was there, y'all know this game felt unwinnable until Lexi Hull came in and dominated, turned that third quarter around for us. We literally needed her in this game badly, like we always do in every other game. Now let's talk about Stephanie White drawing up a beautiful play right here. Right here, Stephanie White draws up a beautiful double staggered inbound action for Kelsey's wide open 3. You see Natasha Howard and Aaliyah Boston setting a double staggered screen. If you don't know, that's literally like 2 screens being stacked on top of each other, right? Usually comes in pin downs when they talk about it. So now you see Kelsey curling around both of them. Not only does Natasha hold the first one, now this defender has to worry about Aaliyah Boston. Now Aaliyah, I would love for you to really improve your screening, because Aaliyah, if you realize that Natasha's this high, you should get leveled with Natasha, and now your screen should be right here and make this defender have to run around you. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though. Kelsey's twitch is so quick. She catches it, and it's almost 0 to 100 how quick she lets the shot go. That's Kelsey Missile. Kelsey Missile. You know what I'm saying? Now listen, let's talk about Lexi Hull once again. Lexi Hull drawing another offensive foul on Alyssa Smith. She's just that good. She's #1 in drawing offensive fouls. And look at Lexi Hull in full display as Alyssa Smith try to set a pin down. Lexi's going to curl off of it and draw an offensive foul on Alyssa Smith. Look at this. Right here, you see Alyssa about to set the screen. Lexi recognizes it, so Lexi buys into it. She goes straight through it, and now she sells it, hits the ground, and now Lexi Hull draws the offensive foul. These things, these intangibles that Lexi Hull brings to this team, it will not show up on the box score. Yes, it may show up on the advanced metrics, the advanced stats, but on to the casual fan, they would think Lexi Hull is not providing anything good, useful to this team. And I feel like it's on my job and everybody who's in the media, anybody who knows not basketball, to promote this message, because it's not all about who gets the most points all the time. You gotta really provide that blue collar mentality. Every championship team has that blue collar player. You want to look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got Lou Dort. For all that, like we could keep going on and on. Let's continue though. Let's move on right here, right? So right here, What do we have, right? And by the way, mind you, Lexi Hull #1 in the league at drawing offensive fouls for anybody who forgot, okay? She's doing all of this on limited opportunities. I don't know what people are seeing, what people are saying. I don't care. I know what Lexi Hull truly is, and that's all that matters. I love my supporters on this channel because most of y'all know what Lexi Hull provides as well. I read y'all comments, and I love the support y'all have for Lexi Hull. I'm going to get me a Lexi Hull jersey, by the way. Anyways, KK showcasing her insane length, her insane mobility, her insane versatility, being able to guard down to the one position as well. KK is just that girl. Look at her right here, guarding Dana Evans, a point guard. Fast. KK shows a great contest and rebounds. That's KK for you. Come on, KK. Do you know how hard it is to keep up with a guard as fast as Dana, especially when she got that much inches on you? She's short, she's explosive. She gets right by KK. KK's behind her, but her arms are so long that it still disrupts the shot. Look at KK right there. Like, she's still there. Even if she's not there, she's there. And if you was watching since my Unrivaled days, you know I said something similar about Lexi Hull. Even if she's behind you, you're still scared because she's just that good and she's that lengthy, you know? KK is just a different kind of lengthy. And by the way, she secured her own rebound after getting her own stop. Exclamation point on the play, by the way. Now, let's talk about another example of Lexi Hull just showing Jackie, I don't care if you scored 13 in the first half, Jackie. I barely played in that half. I bet you don't score as much in this half, Jackie. And guess what? Jackie only went to score 6 points for the rest of the game. Lexi Hull on Jackie, forces Jackie to the floor, playing straight up defense. Good job on the referees. The officials recognizing Lexi did not foul her, right? Now Lexi hits the ground and forces Jackie to get a jump ball. That's Lexi Hull for you. She's going to hit the ground. She's going to continue to put it all on the line, all right? Now, look, once again, Lexi puts the fire out on one end, right? And that relieves pressure on Kelsey Mitchell, allowing Kelsey to cook on the other end. And Kelsey missile fashion. Kelsey in the ISO, nobody want to see that. Shout out to my boy JP on Twitter. I think it's it's Ozzy. I think it's Ozzy. Ozzy says, everybody's better than Kelsey Mitchell until they play Kelsey Mitchell. And I couldn't agree more. Look at Kelsey Mitchell in the ISO formation right here. Between the leg, cross, side step for three. Oh, Kelsey Mitchell. That girl is disgusting, man. This is what you want. This is what you live for. Kelsey Mitchell does not have to provide too much on the defensive end because she has the support from her peers, her company, etc. And in return, she can provide what those defenders can't provide on offense. A superstar when it comes to putting that thing in the bucket. That's who Kelsey Mitchell is. Let's move on. Now let's talk about that Lexi Hull and KK energy. It even motivates Kelsey Mitchell to start making the hustle plays. Then you just start having players do anything. Look at Kelsey Mitchell right here. Swat in the, look at her jump over Jackie Young and swat the ball out of the air. Look at Kelsey Mitchell as Aaliyah Boston cleans it up. It's little stuff like that that go a long way. It's contagious. You even saw Caitlin step it up when she returned because defense is contagious just like offense is, you know? And let's talk about KK's ability to guard up and down positions, guard big and small players. Like KK is just too vital to not develop her. Look at KK right here on Nalissa Smith. Nalissa beats her to the baseline. KK slides quick. Beats her there. Spins. Now KK meets her at the apex. Nalissa too short. KK, now she's in the air. She's flying, levitating. She's levitating. Like, look at KK, man. Listen, I spoke about this earlier, but I said KK's developing is not just another rookie making mistakes. No, Michaela Timpson developing is providing great defense while improving her ceiling for her defensive abilities and her abilities, her capabilities, her awareness, everything. Like avoiding the foul baiters like Sabrina Ionescu, Aja Wilson, and playing straight up so she can just learn a lot. And honestly, she can learn a lot from Lexi Hull. If she really just pay attention and learn from Lexi Hull, talk to her, practice with her stays or extra hours in practice with Lexi Hull, she can really learn a lot. So it's safe to say nothing is sustainable without Lexi Hull getting consistent minutes, at least 20 minutes minimum. And tonight she was at 19, but I really like Lexi Hull at that 25 to 30 minutes a game. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the Fever checklist. As you can see, the Indiana Fever did go 1 for 4, had a little stinker on the Fever checklist. A rare stinker, but they still pulled off a win, which goes to show how good they played, you know, at least in that second half. 70 field goals attempted. They were not on pace to attempt 70 field goal attempts, so they were really going to go 0 for 5 if you really want to talk about it. Because Lexi Hull only played 6 minutes in the first half, the Fever attempted 33 field goal attempts. In the second half, guess what? They attempted 38 field goal attempts. Driven by Lexi Hull, driven by Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham. Everything just felt more fluid. It wasn't that motion offense. It wasn't stagnant, you know. It's 20 team assists. They had 17, close to 20, but you know they still failed there. Under 13 team turnovers, close to under 13. So you could kind of see, like I said, when they get close to it, you could kind of give it a green check. But we're not gonna do it anyways. 15 fast break points, nearly halfway there. 7 fast break points, and the big three combined for 60. When Caitlin Clark is out, I don't know how we're gonna go off that. It's a lot of division when it comes to that. We got split opinions. Some people say do the 3 highest scorers. Some people say do Natasha, Kelsey, Aaliyah. It is what it is. We'll wait to see if she comes back before we really do it. With that being said, let's hand out our MVP, and it goes to Natasha Howard. Natasha Howard. Words cannot describe. July has been good to you, my good sister. 18 points, 13 rebounds, 5 of those being offensive rebounds. Blue collar girl Natasha Howard in the building. 3 steals as well. Natasha Howard is all over the place. She's always having a quiet game. A quiet 18 and 10. A quiet 20 and 15. A quiet 19 and 11. Natasha's just always getting her double-doubles. I want to see how much double-doubles she has on the season. Natasha Howard always doing amazing things. Playing great defense, showing effort. She's nowhere near the girl we saw in May and a little bit of June. This Natasha Howard we've seen in July is a completely different girl, and I'm loving every bit of it. And with that, that brings us to our second blue-collar girl. Yeah. If you thought I wasn't going to do it, I did it. Lexi Hull. Fever factor, Lexi Hull. Off pure effort and IQ, I don't care what the numbers say. Lexi Hull, we do not win this game without Lexi Hull. So y'all know anybody can say what they say in the comments, but Lexi Hull, without her, we do not win this game. It's your boy Venom. I love y'all so much. We are only 32 subs away from 25,600 subs. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the sub button. We're so close. I would appreciate if y'all get us to 25.6. If you enjoyed this and you want more of it, hit the sub right now, hit the like button. Let's see if we could get 1K. Y'all been showing so much love. Let's see if we could get 1K likes, and we out of here, baby. It's just like that. Lexi Hull in 5.